What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to Craig Station. We're going to have a little look at Brentford's game against Chelsea today. Obviously, the Reds got their 3 points earlier on in the day. Now it's over to Chelsea to see if they can regain top spot in the Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. As I speak, we're just after watching, well, I've just after been watching Manchester United have their asses handed to them by Leicester City to, do you know what? To be fair, United were awful today. Let's be frank about it. United were absolutely god-awful today. They looked like an absolutely clueless team that had no idea of what the manager wanted for them. And let's be even more honest about it. United's players are better than that. So, fair play for Leicester City. Great result for us ahead of the game against United next week as a Liverpool fan. But honestly, I watched that game. And look, I know as a Liverpool fan, I'm going to be a little bit biased in this, but I thought United hadn't got a clue what they were about today, and I think Leicester deserve their win. But look, we're here today to have a little look at Brentford against Chelsea, and it should be an interesting watch. We know Brentford are no mugs. I'm done. Ollie out, said Stanley Todd. Look, mate, I don't want to take cheap shots, and I don't want to be that guy, but he's awful, mate. He's awful, absolutely awful. I don't even know, like. It's too easy for me to have a pop, do you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'm just messing around with my filters here in my camera. Just try and change the brightness up a little bit because it looks a teeny bit dark. There we go. Sorry. Just messing about with a new camera setting. But yeah, look, it's a great day for Liverpool. It's a great day as a Liverpool fan, I won't lie. It's pretty damn good. What have we got? Liverpool will destroy United next week. Well, look, I think I'm long enough in the tooth to know their form goes out the window sometimes in these big games, but if that version of United shows up to play Liverpool next week, I can't see much other than a Liverpool win, but I would fully expect them to raise the game and put a bit of a better performance in that, because I was messaging Drawdy during the game and I said to him, mate, look, no banter or anything like that, but this is fucking awful. Like, what am I watching here? And he just said to me, look, I might as well gouge my eyes out. It's I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's too easy for me to sit here and banter, but that was awful from United. Clueless. I don't even know what else to say. Right, look, let's have a little look at the starting 11s for both sides in this one today. Obviously, we know as Liverpool fans, Brentford, very difficult away game. 3-3 draw between us and them. They beat Arsenal at the start of the season as well. And the managers have rung the changes, particularly, obviously, Thomas Tuchel. So let's have a look at the away side first. Mendy in goal today. Chalobah, Christensen and Malang Sarr make up a back three for Thomas Tuchel today. No surprise with the back three, but perhaps the personnel involved. Sarr, Christensen, Chalobah. Chalobah, very good player. Christensen, I think, an underrated centre-back as well. Moving into midfield then, the wing-backs, Ben Chilwell and Azpilicueta, two reliables. Then N'Golo Kante, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mateo Kovacic in the centre of midfield. Romelu Lukaku and Timo Werner up front for Thomas Tuchel's men. For Brentford, it's Raya in goal. Then it's Jorgensen, Janssen, Pinnock, Sergi Canos, Jensen, Norgard, Onyenka, Henry, Mbumo and Ivan Toney. Yeah, Ivan Toney that makes up the starting 11. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I'm looking forward to this. I think it should be a good game to watch as a neutral. We're going to spank them, said Walter White, with regards to the game. Yeah, sure. I hope so, mate. It would just cap off a great start to the season if we could go to Old Trafford and get the 3 points. But as I said, I've been watching football long enough now to know that even with teams in bad form and that, nothing's a gimme in the Premier League. So, if we play like we did today and United play like they did today, we will wipe the floor with them. But you would expect a reaction. I mean, the lads know what a big game this will be. But I'm not getting complacent. Somebody in the chat there says we can't get complacent, and I agree with you, mate. But United just look clueless. I mean, I won't sit here and tell you that Rashford's not a good player, that Greenwood's not a good player, that Ronaldo's not a good player, Varane's not a good player, that David De Gea's not an excellent goalkeeper. Of course they are. Paul Pogba, a very good footballer, but it's all very well and good having all of these guys, but you need to have a game plan. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I've long said it and I'm going to stand over it and I will die on this hill. He's clueless. He is absolutely clueless when it comes to tactics. And you can have all the talent in the world at your disposal, but if you don't know what the fuck to do with it, do you know what I mean? And that's not me going in on United. I watched that game as a neutral and I just thought, this is horrendous, like, from United. Absolutely horrendous. Did it make me smile a bit? Yeah, of course it did. But hey, it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. Can't believe Wolves pulled off a comeback. I didn't even see the rest of the results, mate. I've been just getting set up for this stream, so I didn't even see the rest of the results today in the Premier League. So I'll have to take your word for it there in the comeback. I mean, feel free to fill me in on the scorelines. I'm using my phone as a camera today, so I can't really check up on anything on that front. Can't believe Wolves pulled it off. Brighton fans will be calling for the league to end now above Manchester United. Well, you know, we talked about the supercomputer during the week, mate, and they've predicted Brentford to finish in 4th place ahead of Manchester United. Now, look, it's early days, and it would be a nice surprise, but a surprise to us all if Brentford were to finish in the Champions League places. 3-2, Wolves won. Wow, that is a mighty comeback. Villa 2, Wolves 3. Did not see that coming when Danny Ings put Villa in front. Wow. Imagine if Brentford win and go above United, said Aaron. Look, I don't actually know what to predict in this game. I'm expecting it to be a good, entertaining game of football, but I don't think it'll be anywhere near as open as the Brentford game against Liverpool because, you know, Thomas Tuchel sets his teams up to defend very well, and we know only too well as Liverpool fans, even against 10 men when we played Chelsea, they defended magnificently in the second half, so I'm intrigued by this one, and that's the reason I chose to do this game today at 5:30, because I think it has the makings of a very good game of football. Gary Richards said, I want Ollie to stay at United, Craig. I think we all do, mate, as neutrals. I think we all want him to stay there and continue on God's work that he's doing there at Manchester United. Yeah, look, I'm a bit smug today. You're going to have to excuse me, folks, for anyone expecting me to be a bit neutral today. You know, 5-0 away from home in the league, setting us up for the game on Tuesday, ahead of the game against United next week. I'm confident at the minute, I have to say. I was blown away with how well the lads played today. Yes, Watford weren't at the races, you know, but you can only beat what's in front of you, and I thought it was a very good performance from Kloppo's boys. What have we got? Villa 2, Wolves 3, Foxes, Leicester 4, Manchester United 2, Manchester City 2, Burnley 0, no surprise there. Norwich and Brighton finished 0-0, Southampton 1, Leeds 0, and Liverpool 5, Watford 0. Thank you, Mark, for the update on all the scores. Jason said it's all part of the process. For us, yes, I can see a process. I can see a process for Chelsea. I can see a process for City. I genuinely haven't got a clue what's going on at United right now. Not that I really care, obviously, as a Liverpool fan, but I don't know, any United fans in the chat, please do let me know what you're thinking right now. Obviously, you're on the back of a defeat, you're not going to be in the best of form, but it's more the manner of the defeat that would worry me as a United fan more than anything else. It's just the sheer lack of those lads looking like they know what the manager's game plan is. And I've seen those players perform well enough to know that they're capable of good performances, so I don't think it's really down to the players as much as it is to not believing in the manager's system. And look, they say all the right things. They'll talk about giving Ollie time, and the board will say that he's under no pressure, but he's got to be under a bit, surely. Paul Foley said, hi Craig, I'm a Rayo Vallecano fan, actually a really working class club based in Madrid, I know, of Rayo Vallecano, mate. I was actually watching them when I was over in Spain during the international break. I watched them play, I remember it was a 1-1 draw, but I can't remember who it was against now. But yeah, I did watch them play, mate. Was it against Malaga, perhaps? I know when I was over in Spain, I watched them play in La Liga Smartbank. Even though we weren't in it, our fans will protest against the Super League outside the Bernabeu. Well played, Paul, and well played to all the Rayo Vallecano fans as well. Welcome in to everyone that's coming in. You know, we're what are we, 20 minutes away from kickoff. I decided I'd come in a little bit early today because, well, your boy wants to gloat a little bit. What can I say, ladies and gents? It's been a pretty productive day from a Liverpool perspective. Whooping Watford, then seeing Manchester United get their asses handed to them at the King Power. It's a pretty good Saturday afternoon so far. Tongue-in-cheek dig at Ollie, Craig. That's what Arteta would say when they lost. Yeah, Arteta, he's come out with some whoppers as well, to be fair, Jason. Keane, how are you, mate? Welcome in. Kate, lovely to see you in the chat. Frank, Ryan, Walter, everybody else that's in the chat as well. Dylan, Gary Richards, Paul Foley, lovely to see you guys in, and I hope that you're all having a good Saturday. It's great to be back, and I feel like a pig in shit, ladies and gents, being able to watch more football because I've missed it. You know, international football is not my bag really, so I've missed the Premier League, and what a great start back to Premier League action today from our perspective. Rayan said if Arsenal win, they're only 1 point behind United. That is nuts because, look, it is a very compacted league table at the minute, and I don't think any one club's going to pull away this year. I think, as I've said all along, I think there's going to be there's going to be 3-4 teams vying for the league title this year. Vardy's unstoppable right now, said Ahmed. Brentford to win, said Christopher Stokes. I genuinely don't know how to predict this game. In theory, you would think Chelsea should get the job done, but then again, in theory, we would have thought Liverpool would have got the job done against Brentford. So you got to give Brentford credit. Thomas Frank has put together a group of players there that work really hard for each other, and it's very, very seldom that you'll see Liverpool centre backs bullied aerially. And I have to say, Ivan Toney gave them a torrid time when we played against Brentford before the international break. Well, before the Man City game, before the international break. Ahmed said Goldbridge is fuming. I don't blame him. Honestly, I don't blame any United fans now that are losing their shit today, because you can understand defeats if your guys turn up, or, as we said tongue-in-cheek a few minutes ago, if you trust the process. You can understand defeats, but it's the manner of said defeats. And I'm going to say what I said at the start of the stream. That United team looked completely disjointed to me. They looked like they hadn't got a Scooby-Doo what they were supposed to be doing. And it looked like a group of talented individuals that were hoping for moments of individual brilliance to bail them out of a hole. And they almost got it with Marcus Rashford. And again, Mason Greenwood's goal, absolutely fantastic as well. But Leicester were not to be denied today. Sorry, I had a mosquito bite in my leg there that was very itchy. I'm really confident we can win every game this month, said Walter White. Nice. Aaron said, oh wow, this will be an interesting game. I hope so, mate. I hope so. George has gone for a 1-1 prediction. He's gone for Ivan Toney and Romelu Lukaku to score. I mean, I take 1-1, mate. The 1-1 will put Liverpool back on top of the table, so I'd take a 1-1 if it was on offer. Oh, you're right, Paul. You are absolutely spot on, my man. You are right. It was Osasuna I was watching, dude. You're spot on. When you're right, Paul. And you would know, mate, you being a Valladolid fan as well, mate. But you're spot on. Yes, it was. You're right. When you're right, Paul. But yeah, great to see them back up, as you said. And my apologies, mate. I did get my clubs confused there. But I did enjoy the games I did watch of the Liga Smartbank. I have to say, Paul, it was... I haven't watched much of it, but over in Spain they had it on the TV and I watched a few games, and it helped me get through. It helped me get through the international break. Bobby's the only Brazilian to score multiple hat-tricks. Do you know what I mean, Ryan? When you're right, mate. Again, shout out to Sadio Mane today. 100 goals up for Liverpool. Not a single penalty amongst them as well, so congratulations to him. 5-5 Christopher's going with. Christopher, that would top off my Saturday evening very well, my man. An L10 goal thriller. That'll do. Fitzy's going for 1-0 to Brentford. Toney to score in the second half. I honestly, 2-1 Chelsea is my prediction for this one, but you can make an argument any which way with the way the Premier League season's going and the form that Brentford have been in at home as well. Craig would beat United's best defensive midfielder. I probably would be United's best defensive midfielder, mate, if I played, and I'm shy. So, 2-2 would have been a late drama. Another good shout in the chat as well. Third African to score 100 goals, said Jonathan. Thank you for that, my man. Am I supporting Brentford in this match? Sorry, I've got loads of mosquito bites, folks, from my holiday, and they're itchy as fuck. Am I supporting Brent? Look, yes, I suppose to some extent I'd rather see Chelsea drop points, but I will call the game straight down the middle like I always try to do on here. But yeah, what result would benefit Liverpool the most? Obviously Chelsea dropping points. Christopher said, Craig, the Liverpool match was so good, dude. It was more than I could have hoped for after the international break, mate. I won't lie to you, I was nervous going into this game because you never know what to expect at the best of times with a 12:30 kickoff, let alone the fact we had no Alisson, we had no Fabinho. But the lads were impeccable. I mean, solid 8s and 9s all around. It was an excellent performance. How are we, the Blue Boys Network? The only Everton fans I like. Me old mucker. How are we, Mike? He's a beautiful, beautiful man. How are you, dude? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Hope married life is treating you well. Thomas Frank masterclass incoming, said Noah Simmons. Yeah, he's a very good manager, Thomas Frank, he is. There's a lot to like about the style and the way that he has Brentford playing. Amel said Liverpool will batter United next week. I sincerely hope we do, but, as is always the case, form can go out the window in these massive games. How many times have we seen Liverpool rock up to play United where United are challenging for league titles and we were around 5th or 6th and we put in a good performance. So I don't take anything for granted. But yeah, it should be fun. Should be fun next week. All good, mate. Glad you're okay. And it's true what they say when the ring's on the finger. Oh, mate, as soon as I got married, that were it. The old Lee roadie were whooped off, and they've been in the wife's purse ever since, mate. And I just do what I'm told at this point. German managers are on top of the minute. Said Puskás is a god. I don't know if you heard this. Klopp said, "Come on, who's better than Mo at the minute?" Yes, that's true, Ryan, and he's right. You know, I'm not saying Mohamed Salah is the best player in the world, but I am saying Mohamed Salah is one of, if not the best player in the world right now. I think that's fair to say. Can I see him winning the Ballon d'Or? Not this season, Noah, but I think maybe next season if he continues on what he's doing. Obviously, he's top of the Premier League goal scoring chart at the minute with 7. And he's doing really well as well with his assists and his all-round game. But this season, no, I think it'll be down to Kante, Jorginho, Lewandowski perhaps for the Ballon d'Or. But next season, was when this season's form will carry over to, I can see him being in with a show for sure. I'm just watching some replays here of Werner's goals for Germany during the international break. He's better than Ronaldo now. Right now, there's very few players, if any, in world football that are up there with Mo Salah. Obviously, Haaland's doing really well goal scoring wise. Lewandowski's doing really well. Karim Benzema's doing really well. But yeah, it's what happened to the sub count there? Where'd the sub count go? Did I hide something? I don't know what's going on with the sub count there, why it's hidden. 1 second. Did I overlap something? 1 sec. No, I don't seem to have the white in there. Don't know where the sub count's gone. Let me just close that, turn it back on. I don't know where the white part of the sub count's gone. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to have to get Crosby to help me out on this one because I have no idea where the rest of that sub count has gone. Let's try and wheel this in and see if that'll help. 1 second. Nope, that's not going to help anybody. So we'll just delete that. So I've got no idea what's going on with the sub count, where the fuck it's after disappearing to. Sorry, folks. Just trying to figure that out, but I've got no idea where the fuck it is. Yeah, that's definitely a Connor Crosby question. Craig, you look happy and relaxed. Obviously, the holiday did you a lot of good. Yeah, I really chilled, mate. It was exactly what I needed, and yeah, I am very relaxed, as you've said. Craig for the Ballon d'Or. You know, if somebody wants to hand me the trophy, there you go. Paul said a lot of people mix us up if I add a lid. It's great to be back in the first division again after a few years. Nearly all of our revenue goes to charity. That's class, man. Great start to the season. I'm genuinely confused about where the fuck that sub count box went. Yeah, I've got no idea where that's gone. Anyway, let's just blame Connor on it. And we go from. I'll send him a message. Hang on. Let's message Connor. Let's annoy him while he's trying to have an evening to himself. There we go. Messaging Connor live on stream. Let's just annoy him. Don't let him relax for a minute. Craig, did you plan your holiday for the international break? Always do, Jason. I've been doing it for 4 years now, my man. Always planning them for the international break. This is the first year I got cut out on it by the missus, though. And you like me even better for this one, mate. I've got one coming up in January as well. There's no international break, but we don't play for 10 days, and I've got a little week away with the missus booked in January as well. So yeah, I always do look at the fixtures and then plan the holidays around them accordingly. All right. What have we got? We've got 10 minutes to go till kick-off. I will go through the starting 11s again in a minute, folks. I'm just I'm just trying to sort out this little issue. Is that it? Ah, there he goes. Right, we'll lash this in, and 1 second. There we go. Fixed. Look at that. Look at that. You love to see it. Right, let's get rid of that. Boom. There we go. Sub count fixed. Thank you, Mr. Crosby. And thank you to Mark for bringing it to my attention. All sorted. Bing bang bosh. Retro Unilim Steve, or Retro Unlimited I should say. Steve said prediction Leicester 4 United 2. That sounds like a good prediction, Steve. I think he could be on the money with that one, mate. She caught you this year, yeah. Got found out this year, Dylan. I managed to pull off a few holidays to Tenerife, to Orlando with the family in October and get away with it. But this year, the cat was out of the bag, dude. Terry the musician said, I wonder what this match is going to be like. Hopefully be an entertaining game. I'm looking forward to it anyway. I mean, the results have gone our way so far today. United shit in the bed. Obviously, us destroying Watford 5-0. Yeah, don't get many better Saturdays. So if Chelsea could drop points here, it's been an almost flawless Saturday. I was wondering if you could take a look at LFC Heaven or be part of Anfield Agenda. I think he'd be a great addition. He's very passionate. At the minute, Ben, God, we've just added in Paddy, James, Chris. We may have Jack coming back. We have Steve. We don't have any spaces at the minute, mate, to be honest with you. I'm struggling to get in front of a camera at the minute, dude. And yeah, but we are going to be doing 2 streams a day from Monday onward. So I'll be live at 5 o'clock from now on. And then we'll have a panel show at night time as well at 8:45. So yeah, loads of great stuff coming up. I hope you guys are going to stick with us. And again, look, today we are being brought to you with a thanks to our friends at Ultimate Fan. If you haven't played Ultimate Fan yet or you haven't downloaded the app, let me tell you what it's about. It basically incorporates the concept of FIFA pack openings into your FPL experience, and Ultimate Fan is entirely free. Good news is, unlike with FPL, it doesn't matter if you miss the start of the season. Every single game week, you have a chance to win up to $8,500 from the combined £300,000 prize pool that the guys have. Once you sign up, you'll receive a free 10-card pack to put straight into your team. Then you'll score points based on things like goals, assists, shots on target, all that kind of stuff. You'll also get a free 3-pack player pack cards every single Tuesday of the 38 Premier League game weeks as well, which you can top up your team with if you so wish. You can buy gold and silver packs as well. You don't have to. A lot of people don't do them. If you do want to, it is capped at a maximum spend of £5 a month. And as I said, it is open to UK and Irish residents, age 18 plus. And yeah, there you go. Have fun. Use the link in the description. Download the app. Ultimate Fan. Get your share of $8,500 this week, or your share of the combined £300,000. Who doesn't like free money? We were very close to being in the prize money the last week for the international break, and I had 4 packs to open when I came back from holidays. Because I was in Spain, I couldn't access the Ultimate Fan app because I was out of I was not in the right jurisdiction. I wasn't in the UK or Ireland, so obviously I couldn't open the app. So when I got home, I had 4 gold packs to open. And yes, I got me some very good players. And hopefully our team is going to push on into the money this week. What's the Chelsea lineup? No problem, dude. Let me go through both lineups for you. So we'll start with the home side. Raya in goal. Jorgensen, Janssen and Pinnock making up the back 3 for Thomas Frank's men. Then it's Sergio Canos, Jensen, Norgard, Onyenka, Henry, Mbumo, and Tony. And then for Chelsea, it's Mendy, Chalobah, Christensen and Malang Sarr. Young 22-year-old Frenchman comes into the back 3 today for Thomas Tuchel's side. Then it's Ben Chilwell, N'Golo Kante, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mateo Kovacic and Cesar Azpilicueta. And then up top, it's Romelu Lukaku and Timo Werner. That is the starting lineup for both sides today. So yeah, give me your predictions, ladies and gents. Let me know what you think. Let's all laugh at United, said Lewis Johnson. Oh, go on then, mate. Why not? Let's have a little giggle. Why not? Be rude of us not to. You know, the United fans wouldn't respect me if I didn't have a little chuckle. You know, these things, you have to take your chances when you get them in football. Do you know what I mean? I famously slagged off United when they lost 6-1 to Spurs, and then we went and had our asses handed to us 7-2 by Villa. But we've already got the points today, so I can have a little glow today. Why not? Vigard's going 2-2. Casino Wing Clip said no way. We said that at the same time. There you go. Noah's going for a 1-1. Jonathan's going for 4-3. Christopher 5-4 for Brentford. Ollie Spencer's going for a 2-0 away win for Chelsea. I'm going 2-1 to Chelsea. I think Chelsea will just about get over the line in this one. But I don't think it's going to be an easy evening's work for them because Brentford are a very good, hard-working side. Hoping for a 2-1 Brentford win for the Banter, said Louis Lyons. Mate, that would cap off an almost perfect Saturday for little old me. Players are walking out onto the pitch right now, and I'm looking forward to it. You know, my second game of the day obviously was on Anfield Agenda earlier on. And look, if you are new to Craig Station, welcome in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video. I love these quiet streams. You know, it's very busy, very hectic on Anfield Agenda, but I like to chill out and come over and do watch-alongs on here and get to know you guys. So, hope you've got some questions ready. I hope you've got your comments ready for the stream. Craig, you have to admit, Ollie's so much better than Klopp, ... at losing and bottling everything. When you're right, you're right. Casino win. When you're right, my man. Matthew's cheering on Brentford. McCorley's going 7-0 to Chelsea. I mean, I do think Chelsea will get the win, mate, but I don't think it'll quite be 7-0 in all honesty. But, you know, stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. You never know. I really like the Brentford keeper, by the way, Raya. I've drafted him into my FPL a few weeks ago, and he looks like a fine keeper. Will be a class weekend if for the Reds if Chelsea drop points, said Ollie. It would, mate. It would be tickety-boo, as I like to say, my man, tickety-boo. I've had a grand little time in between the games. I went up, had a shower, another cup of coffee, chilled out, watched the United game, and now, boom, ready to go for this one. My prediction, Connor, was a 2-1 win to Chelsea. I think Chelsea will nick a 2-1, but I'm looking forward to it. I enjoy watching Brentford, and there's a lot to admire about the way Thomas Frank sets his team up. Abdullah said, get the LSV out? Celebrating Bobby hat-trick and United losing. There you go. 5-4. Christopher's calling it now. Aaron said, Ollie is a great manager. Absolutely no need to sack him after a couple of bad games. That's it, mate. Give him a contract for life. Keep him there. I'd say I fully endorse that. You know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, footballing genius. Give him a new contract immediately. Terry, I'm going for a 2-1 Chelsea win in this one, mate. But, you know, I would be happy if they could see their way to dropping some points. Jim Casino said, poor Goldbridge is livid. It's not even enjoyable watching him rage. It's like Groundhog Day at this point. Look, man, I lived through it last year with Liverpool's season, and it was, if I had hair, I'd have pulled it out, you know what I mean? So, at least I could see that it was a bit of an anomaly for Liverpool. You know, I knew that the spine of our team was missing, Van Dijk was out, we'd no centre-backs, and I could find a way to get myself through the season and say we'll be back better next season. There's no way we'll be this bad again. With United, they've just gone out there and spent a shitload of money as well on players. They brought in Jadon Sancho. They brought in Rafael Varane, who of course is out, I think, until after the next international break. But they just look completely disjointed today. They just didn't look like they knew what the manager wanted from them, or maybe they did know what the manager wanted from them, but his tactics were just shite. I don't know, but either way, ear to ear, baby. Ear to ear. It's only banter though, folks. You will forgive me. It's, you know what I mean? I can't help it. You know, for me, 5-0 win for Liverpool and United losing, I mean, that's, you know, that's pretty good Saturday afternoon. Anyway, Chelsea will be kicking us off in the blue strip, playing from right to left in the first half. Obviously, Brentford in the red and white shirts with black shorts. And, yeah, enjoy. This should be a good one. I'll get the clock started now. We're on the way. Sancho, I know, I was, my mouth was, I took a painkiller beforehand, mate, and my mouth was salivating a little bit there. Not at the prospect of Sancho, but, yeah, sorry, my bad. Yeah, Sancho. Almost an early mistake there, letting Brentford in straight away. I mean, they look up for it from the start here. Brentford, Anthony Taylor, by the way, is the referee in charge of this one. Abdullah, you have a great day as well, my man. I hope things are good wherever you are in the world, my friend. And thank you for being here with us, mate. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate all you guys coming in. And Kumaressa Football Entertainment. Yeah, I did butcher Sancho there, mate. You were right. I went Sancho. Sancho. Yeah, that happens, mate. You know what I mean? It is what it is, dude. It is what it is. We are underway in this one anyway. And, you know, Brentford straight into it from kickoff. The Reds have got no money, but we'll still win the league. Na 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 na. Yeah, nothing's gonna stop me today, folks. I'm in fine fettle. Do I think Ollie will get the sack this week? No, I don't. I mean, didn't the United board recently, and I mean very recently, come out and say they're fully in support of their manager? So, you would think at any other club, at any other point, that maybe, yeah, he would be under pressure because they don't seem to be learning from, or he doesn't seem to be learning from his numerous mistakes. And again, I'm going to say what I've always said. He doesn't even get an interview for that job if he wasn't a former United player, let alone get the job. Here we go. Chelsea on the attack. Again, Brentford managed to nick it back, though. Chilwell high up the pitch looking to win it back for Chelsea. The referee waves play on. Ruben Loftus-Cheek now goes past a couple of players. Still Loftus-Cheek. Sets it up for Werner. Lets it run across his body. But Raya does well. Brentford get a foot in. Nick it back to the keeper, who puts his foot through and launches it long out left-hand side. When United sold Lukaku, they said they wanted more movement and work off the ball. Then they go and sign a 36-year-old who's the same player, bags goals but offers nothing. Why? I don't know, mate, but I'm enjoying it. That's all I'm going to say. You have a match in Sandyford tomorrow, under 18 game, and Salah has just given you an extra bounce in your step. Nice one, mate. Sandyford. I went to school just up the road from Sandyford, and enjoy it, and best of luck in your game tomorrow. Loftus-Cheek in possession for Chelsea in the middle of the park. He moves it out right hand side to N'Golo Kante. Kante to Azpilicueta. Down the line to Lukaku. Back out to Kante. Werner. He makes a move to the right hand side. Plays it across. Takes a little nick. And it'll be a Chelsea corner on that far right hand side. Conor Gardner said, I have a feeling this will be a good match. Brentford really underrated. Yeah, it's one of the... When I seen the fixture, mate, I thought, yeah, I'll be watching this one, definitely. Has the makings of a good game, alright. Don't forget, ladies and gents, if you do want to download the Ultimate Fan app and have your chance of winning your share of a combined £300,000 prize pool, you can do so with the link in the description. If you have any questions or anything on the app, please do fire it into the chat and I'll do my best to give you guys an answer if I can. David Newell said, if Ollie doesn't win best manager this season, I don't know who'll win it. He's doing a fantastic job. Kate said Ronaldo's agent made it happen. Not really sure he was ever going to go to City. Played a blinder. If that was the plan, Kate, then yeah, you have to say he did play a blinder and got his move out of Turin back to United. And here's my question, and any United fans that are watching this back or watching it live, do let me know. If the worst came to the worst and United didn't make the Champions League next season, do you think that Cristiano Ronaldo stays at United and plays in the Europa League? Sincere question. Craig, would Ivan Toney be a good fit for Liverpool? Gary, I've got to be honest with you, mate, and say I'm still learning all about Ivan Toney. I've seen glimpses. Obviously, I know that he smashed the championship goal scoring record last season for Burnley, for Brentford. But you know, I haven't watched too much of him, in all honesty. Obviously very impressed when he played against us, put himself about, but I don't know, mate, if he is ready for a club like Liverpool yet. Not saying he is or isn't. I'm being entirely honest and say I'm still getting to know Ivan Toney. Rian said, no, I think he got to PSG and be the Mbappe replacement, but would United sell him? I mean, therein lies another question, because you know, he could throw his toys out of the pram and all that, but he's also come out and said that, you know, he's very happy to be back home, as he called it. Rajaz Khan, who's a United fan, said, United fan here, he signed on for his last big contract, which he got, so he'll stay no matter what. It would be an interesting scenario, all right. Did he not say maybe that he wanted to finish his career at Sporting Lisbon, mate, or have I got that completely wrong? Free kick here to Brentford. N'Golo Kante adjudged to have fouled. I will certainly have a look at that documentary, Paul, if I get a chance, mate. Thank you for the suggestion. Much appreciated. The Craft Machine said, Craig, do you see Mohamed Salah breaking Vardy's 11 goals in 11 matches record? I don't know, mate. One game at a time. I know it's an old cliche, but what I will say to you is I expect another fantastic season from Mohamed Salah. I expect another Golden Boot. I predicted Mohamed Salah for the Golden Boot before the season started, and he has the potential, and we do need a bit of luck with injuries and of course with some results, but he has the potential to fire us to number 20. And I know it's a big statement this early in the season, but our boys look at it, and I've been really impressed with how we went about our business today. And look, it was Watford who are not in a great moment. They didn't get the new manager bounce today, which was a blessing for us, but you know, you can only beat what's put in front of you, and I thought that the lads looked fantastic from minute one today. It is a cracking game next week, Rehan, absolutely, mate. Liverpool travelling to Old Trafford to take on United is huge. I'm going to be recording a preview with Mark Goldbridge on Thursday, so that video will be out on Friday ahead of that game, where we'll obviously have a chat around both clubs' form going into the game and see how many Liverpool are going to win by. Basically, that should be the conversation. But we do know that form goes out the window. I'm trying to not set myself up for an absolute fuck it, we're going to beat them, aren't we? We're going to beat them. Let's be honest, we're going to beat them. I'm going to die on this hill. We're going to win at Old Trafford next week. And I say that actually really confidently because we are a better team than Manchester United. We know what the manager wants from us, and the players know the system. Whereas the only way I can see us losing to United, and it is possible because they've got some very good players, is with moments of individual brilliance. I don't see it being a failure of Klopp's system that loses us the game. Only maybe a case that United have a sprinkling of world-class talent in there, and if they have moments, we could be in trouble. But other than that, we're not going to be outworked by United. The manager's not going to be out-taught by United. I don't remember being this confident going to Old Trafford for a while, to be honest with you. So bring it on. I'm looking forward to it next week. And they've got no Varane. Yeah, absolutely, Jim, as well. He's been ruled out until the November international break, I think. Craig, in your honest opinion, do you think Ollie will be manager after the Christmas schedule? I think he shouldn't be, but we've seen United's board can be stubborn at the best of times, and I suppose the question would be who's the replacement to come in if we did move on. You know, I've seen Zidane maybe hanging around for the France job as an example. Conte. I mean, it's one thing saying bring in Antonio Conte, and look, he is a winner, Antonio Conte, but would United fans be happy with a Mourinho-esque style of football again? Because United, you know, historically, you look at United teams, good attacking teams that get fans on the edge of their seats, and under Antonio Conte, would United fans again allow for maybe a more defensive style? I don't know how well that would go over with United fans. This sounds a bit harsh, but it's a whole lot of not my fucking problem, because I wouldn't change our manager for anybody in the world. Have you thought about doing a dual stream for the United game? I haven't spoke about it. We touched on it ages ago, but I don't think it'll happen, to be honest with you. I think we'll just do them on our own channels and you know, have a chat before the game. It's very complicated when you've got sponsors and stuff like that as well to work a dual stream like that. 10 minutes into this one, and it's been a lively start. You'd have to say Chelsea probably looking the more likely, but nobody with a real glorious opportunity yet. Brentford player down now, receiving a little bit of treatment, so the game has stopped. I like your setting. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, my man. Welcome in. What was your prediction for this game? I went for a 2-1 win for Chelsea, mate. 2-1 for Chelsea, but I would happily be wrong and see Brentford get a result. Do I do any gaming? No, but I will be. I will be soon, mate. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying to free up the time because we're going to be doing 2 streams a day on Anfield Agenda from next week. So, yeah, just trying to free up the time. Oliver said, I think Ollie needs to go. I love Ollie and he has to. That's the really difficult part, Oliver, isn't it? When you have a former club great like that come in. So my biggest fear would be one day Liverpool having to sack Steven Gerrard as manager. I hated seeing Kenny Dalglish sacked as manager. And that is the risk, I suppose, you run when you give the job to a former player. And in Solskjaer's case, and I don't mean this to sound rude, but what the fuck has he done to deserve that job? Realistically, outside of being a former Manchester United player and a very good Manchester United player at that, his CV is nowhere near good enough to deserve that job. Let's be quite frank about it. Watch United turn into prime Barca against Liverpool. We always do when Ollie's under pressure. Again, John, I said it earlier on, mate. I wouldn't at all be surprised to see a reaction from United, because if United can't get themselves up for a game against Liverpool, you know what I mean? Then what hope have you got? Because let's be honest, that's the fixture that most of us look for when the Premier League fixtures come out. Hi Craig, Vamos Liverpool, all the way from Liverpool Supporters Club in San Cristianos, I think, in Uruguay, where we listened to your watch along earlier. Thank you, Iago, and lots of love to all you guys over in Uruguay. I hope you're all well, and thank you for tuning in, my man. Send our love to all the supporters over there in Uruguay. Oh, there's the front door. Obviously somebody calling for the son. As in my son, not the son as in newspaper or anything like that. I mean my son, the son. That's what I meant. Even just mentioning that word, you've got to be so careful as a Liverpool fan and give context to every situation. Imagine if Steve Bruce couldn't get his 1000th game against Spurs. Yeah, I think he looks fairly safe at this point. Does anybody know which 2 Spurs players actually tested positive for COVID? I know that they did announce that 2 of their players had tested positive. I just didn't hear who it was. No, Jason, I haven't got my Atletico Mineiro shirt yet. You? Have you got yours, mate? I was told they were going to be shipped at the end of this month, I think. So, haven't got mine yet, my man. But looking forward to it. Would you consider doing a dual watch along? I like doing them on my own, Connor. Particularly now that, you know, we've lots of new guys on the channel, and it's kind of my time with me and the subscribers, if you get me. I really enjoy doing watch alongs on my own, and I enjoy interacting with the chat. And lately, you know, I'm not as interactive because we have guests on a lot of the time, and I love that. James has been great, Paddy, Chris, Steve, Jack, everybody that we've had involved has been fantastic. But I like my time with the subscribers, mate. Son was one of them. Son and Gil. Well, hopefully, I wish both of them a speedy recovery, of course. I've got a question for you, Craig. Do you think John Henry and FSG watch Liverpool games? Do you know what, mate? I honestly don't know. I've never really thought. You'd like to think so, wouldn't you? But I think it's fair to say that they obviously wouldn't have the same feeling towards the club as us fans. But yeah, you'd like to believe they watch the games. Obviously, they're not watching them in Liverpool very often. Here's N'Golo Kante. Good block there by Brentford. Chilwell wins it back to on the edge of the box. Brentford have to be careful here. Kovacic, he's brought down. That'll be a free kick to Chelsea. Probably about 25 yards out. A little bit of left to centre. Mason said, Craig, you're a top guy from a United fan. Thank you, dude. Welcome in. Lovely to have you with us. And look, if you are enjoying the stream, ladies and gents, do hit that subscribe button. I hope you're enjoying what is first watch along in a while here on Craig Station, actually. Good position this for Chelsea to test Raya in the Brentford goal. As I said, just about 25 yards out, slightly left of centre. I just think I'd rather do the watch alongs I set on my own. I just, you know, call me selfish, but I enjoy doing the watch alongs on my own. Right, here we go anyway. 4 in the Brentford wall. Who's over this for Chelsea? Kovacic and Romelu Lukaku over the free kick. Anthony Taylor blows his whistle. Lukaku, never really going to trouble the keeper, that one. Tried to pick out the top, well, when we're looking at the screen, top left-hand corner, would have been a keeper's top right-hand corner, but yeah, it wasn't a great effort from Lukaku. He'll have better attempts in the game than that one, I'm sure. Ever been to Lincolnshire? I don't think so. Simon, no. Usually if I'm in the UK, I'm up north or I'm in London, to be honest, mate. But then again, my knowledge of English geography is horrendous as well, to be fair. No, haven't watched Squid Game yet, mate. It's not really my cup of tea, to be honest. And it's dubbed. I don't like watching that and that's dubbed. Kovacic tries to cross in. It goes off a Brentford player. It'll be another Chelsea corner. Right hand side. 17 minutes on the clock. Still Brentford 0, Chelsea 0. Aaron, I would say Chelsea have been the better of the two sides, mate. No real dominance, but I would say they're edging it at the start here. Another corner for Chelsea. Chilwell to take it. Be looking at an in-swinger with his left boot. Here comes the ball in. Well defended by Ivan Toney. Now Brentford look to counter. Kovacic tracking back. That'll be a free kick. Yellow card there early doors for Mateo Kovacic for stopping the counter. Anthony Taylor comes across. In no doubt that it was a yellow. Oh, Harry, I hope that we go over and we get a result against Atleti, mate. It would exercise a lot of demons in 1 week, wouldn't it? If we beat Watford and of course we beat Atleti as well, that would be a pretty good week, my man. Have you watched The Forgotten Battle? No, I haven't, mate. I've only really watched comedy stuff on Netflix or documentaries. To be fair, I was watching Cocaine Cowboys. I've watched 5 of the 6 episodes of that and I really enjoyed it. Ball in. Headed away by Chalobah. What have we got? Jim said, Ivan Toney supports Liverpool. Him and Bellingham coming in would be unbelievable. Yeah, he does, mate. You're right. And I'm, again, probably deluded here, but I really, really, really do believe that we will end up signing Jude Bellingham. And look, I know I'm probably deluded. I know that it's going to cost a shitload of money and I don't know how the hell we'll pay for it. Who's your favourite comedian? Oh, it depends. Kevin Bridges will be right up at the top of my list. Jim Jeffries I love as well. If you're looking at American comics, there's fucking loads to choose from, to be fair. But I've seen Louis C.K. live. I think he's been really good. I was a little bit disappointed. I went to see Chris Rock live. I was a bit disappointed. I think he's not as aggro as he used to be in the olden days. But yeah, I mean, the only one that's really never let me down when I've gone to see him, he's just always on top form, is Kevin Bridges. Kevin Hart was good. Actually, I went to watch Kevin Hart. He was good. I give him his credit. Kevin Hart was very good. Jim Jeffries was excellent as well. I just love Kevin Bridges. Every time I watch Kevin Bridges, I'm stitches laughing. He's hilarious. Do I like Ricky Gervais? Yes. He's a genius, Walter. I love that style of comedy. The Ricky Gervais, the Larry Davids, that kind of style of writing and, of course, comedy. And yeah, big fan. Peter Kay is brilliant, Dave. Absolutely. Peter Kay is the comedian you bring everyone to see, isn't it? You bring your aunts, your uncles, your granny, your kids. He's he's brilliant, Peter Kay. And Cat Williams, a bit hit and miss at times depending on what mood Cat's in, but yeah, he's very good. Frankie Boyle. I love Frankie Boyle, Steve, but my missus won't watch him. I think it's a little bit too far for my missus. Now, I've got a warped sense of humour, mate, so I love that dark kind of over-the-top comedy. Oh, Curb Your Enthusiasm new season's out this month. Hello. Thank you for that. I did not know there was a new season coming out this month, mate, but huge fan of Curb Your Enthusiasm. One of the great comedy shows. of the last 25 years. Oh, Brentford! Oh, they've hit the post! Oh, days! How did they not score that? Again, they caused another overload in the penalty area. They given Chelsea lots of trouble aerially, much like they did against us. And again, that comes back off the post. Now Chelsea go up the other end and score. But the flag's up. The flag's up. It's not going to count. Werner squared it across to Lukaku. He left foot, swinged it past the keeper. But all eyes went straight to the assistant who put the flag up straight away. We'll see a replay of it. Again, just shows you you've got to be wary of Chelsea on the counter. Brentford hit the post at one end. Yeah, he's definitely offside. He's ahead of the ball there, Romelu Lukaku. Good spot by the linesman. But again, something for both teams to worry about there. Brentford overloading Chelsea aerially like they did against us, but then Chelsea straight up the other end. And both sides could have scored. Someone said who hit the post. Who's number 19? Whoever number 19 is for Brentford. Let me just click up here. Mbumo. It was who hit the post, mate. Umar, you're not disappointing me, mate. I fully understand and appreciate where you're coming from, my man. It will cost an awful lot of money. And I also agree with those saying that they're not going to want to lose Haaland and Bellingham in the same window. I get you, man. And I don't know where the fuck we'd pay for the lad from. And like you've said, Ryan Gravenberch is certainly somebody we've looked at. I think Jeremy Doku's becoming more and more likely as well, the more I read up on that. Somebody who I know we've been tracking for 4 or 5 years. Brentford try and play another ball to the back post there. Just over hit and it goes behind for Chelsea goal kick. Is the Zone a good way to watch the Premier League in Ireland? No, they don't have Premier League on the Zone, Jim. All we have is boxing in Ireland on the Zone. So in Ireland we watch Premier League on Sky, BT, or in Ireland specifically we also have Premier Sport, which shows a 3 p.m. Saturday kickoff. Would I take Sarr or Doku? Doku for me, mate. I think because with Doku, look, Sarr's a fine footballer, but I think you're going to save yourself 10 or 15 million if you get Jeremy Doku over Ismaila Sarr. And look, we've certainly been interested in Sarr. I mean, before we signed Diogo Jota, we tried to, we inquired and tried to buy Sarr from Watford, but the price tag was too high, and we brought in Diogo Jota. And look, I'm loving having Diogo Jota at Liverpool. Free kick here to Chelsea. Again, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He has it in his armoury, doesn't he, Ruben Loftus-Cheek? Those bursting runs from midfield, where he's very hard to dispossess when he gets up a full stride. And the referee judged that was a foul, so it'll be a free kick to Chelsea. %100,000,000% that the Zone don't have Premier League in Ireland football channel. So, I mean, you can say you're watching it earlier on, but I'm telling you for a fucking fact, the Zone don't have Premier League in Ireland. Watching the United match earlier, it was on Premier Sport in Ireland, mate. And I know that because I was watching it in Ireland on Premier Sport. The Zone don't have the Premier League in Ireland. All I have is boxing. I know this because I pay for the Zone subscription. Oh, I'm agreeing with you, Jim. Sky Sports take the piss, mate, every single year. Prices go up and the amount of stuff we get goes down, but they'll introduce like netball or fucking some other sport that none of us could give a shite about. Amazing result by Leicester tonight, but apparently they could have had far more. Thoughts from you having watched it? Yeah, Leicester, they deserve their win, no doubt about it. They were by far, like, I've mainly only seen the guts of the second half. I've seen the last 10 minutes of the first half and the entire second half, and they definitely deserved it. They created a lot more opportunities, and I think 4-2 doesn't flatter them. Still no goals, McCorley. Yeah, still no goals, mate. Doing a bit of plastering, fair play to you. I wish I was as skilled with my hands, my man. Well played. Maybe you have a different package. No, I don't have a different package, mate. The Zone do not do the Premier League in Ireland. Mate, I live in Ireland. I have every subscription that you can think of for every channel, and I know that the Zone don't do the Premier League in Ireland, mate. Which is why it was only $1.99 a month, and now it's $7.99. Oh, ooh, free kick there by Kovacic, clips the wall and just about goes over the bar. Had the keeper scrambling. I thought it might have just dropped in there, but it did take a deflection. Ooh, had the keeper scrambling. Now, answer me this one, Football Channel. If the Zone had Premier League in Ireland, why would they be charging $7.99 a month for it when the rest of us are having to pay 40 quid or so a month for Sky Sports? It wouldn't make sense, would it, dude? And it's only gone up from $1.99 a month recently to $7.99. So they 100% do not have Premier League football, mate. And I'm not arguing with you over it. I'm only just saying it because I don't want people in the chat downloading the Zone or taking out a subscription thinking they're going to get Premier League football when they won't. Now, do I have a DAZN subscription I can watch Premier League football on? Yes. But is that based in Ireland? No. I have that's why I use Surfshark like I was saying earlier on. How much is Premier Sport? It's part of my BT subscription, Connor. So, I don't actually know what the individual cost is. It's when I took out my BT subscription on the Sky platform, it comes as part of it along with ESPN and stuff like that. Christensen carrying the ball out now for Chelsea, moved it out right hand side to N'Golo Kante. Ruben Loftus-Cheek now. Heading towards the half hour is absolutely flown by. Still scoreless at the minute, but both sides have had opportunities in the game. Brentford hit the post. Chelsea did have the ball in the net, but it was correctly ruled out for offside. Jim said, honestly, I wish the Premier League was free in Europe and the UK. I'm not some Karl Marx lover. Normally, I'm against all that government provided everything, but it's getting out of hand. I can't disagree with you, Jim. It's ridiculous, mate. You know, let's look at it from a point of view of the UK. So, in the UK, you've got to have your Amazon Prime subscription for the 4 or 5 games a year they have around Christmas. You've got to have your BT subscription. You've got to have your Sky subscription. And even at that, you're not getting to watch every game, mate. It's ridiculous. And I agree with you. We're getting absolutely fleeced. A Football Channel, mate. I don't know why we're trying to have why you're trying to have an argument here, mate. You believe the Zone shows Premier League football in Ireland. Fair enough. I, as somebody who has a DAZN subscription in Ireland and a Sky Sports subscription and a Premier Sports subscription and a BT subscription, know that they don't show Premier League football. If you can get it in Ireland on your DAZN subscription, brilliant. I'm not knocking you. I'm delighted for you that you get to watch the games, but you know, I know that they don't show it. So, you know, if you can get it, I don't know if you've got a glitch or something, but happy days if you do. I don't want to argue with you, my man. I just don't want to, I don't want to get people to take out a DAZN subscription expecting to see Premier League football and be disappointed. It's all good, man. If you have it, you have it. Happy days. Dylan said he has a DAZN subscription and it doesn't do Premier League football. Mine doesn't either, mate. So I can only speak about my own subscription. And yeah, doesn't have it in Ireland. We are 30 minutes into this one still. Brentford 0, Chelsea 0. I mean, I take a draw on this one, to be honest with you, to keep us top of the table. How are Brentford looking so far? Said Walter, I'm not watching the game. Can they get something out of this? Yes, they're certainly in it, mate. I wouldn't say that they were being battered or anything like that. You know, Chelsea have a little bit of extra quality, I think, as you'd expect, but the work rate and the effort from Brentford are certainly causing Chelsea some issues. And Kovacic went into the book early doors as well for Thomas Tuchel's side, so keep an eye on that one here. There's a yellow card coming out now, actually, for one of the Brentford players as well, so that's one yellow card for each team. Sergi Canos goes into the book for Brentford for a foul on Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I've just said, have to agree with Craig. I can't even say my own bleeding name. Have to agree with Craig. They don't do Premier League football in Ireland on the zone. You don't have to leave, mate. There's no misunderstanding. There's no argument. It's all good. If you can watch the football channel, mate, I'm happy for you. Sincerely. No need to leave, mate. No arguments here. It's all good. If you got to watch the game today, then happy days, my man. I'm happy you got to watch it. Loftus-Cheek sends the ball forward. Werner gives chase. Good defending though. Heads it back to the keeper. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ladies and gents, if you are enjoying the stream, or maybe you're with us here for the first time. Welcome. This lad doesn't even go to the games. Go and fuck yourself, you little twat. I tell you what, you fucking gobshite. You provide me access to tickets to go to Liverpool games, and I'll go to every single fucking one of them. Until then, sit down, you little bitch. Nobody cares what you have to say. Fucking stadia. This lad doesn't even go to games, said Mr. Big Bollock TB12 sitting behind a fake name and a fake profile. Am I supposed to care about your opinion, princess? This lad doesn't even go to games. Go fuck yourself. How about that? Been to 2 Champions League finals, mate. Been to Anfield on numerous occasions. Been to plenty of games of football. And don't need to fucking explain myself to some little no-mark sitting at home with his little todger in his hand, dreaming that the king just bestows a little bit of knowledge upon him. Just keep your fucking trolling bollocks to yourself, because nobody gives a shite what you have to say. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Craig, can I hug you? United are making me cry. Always up for a hug. There you go. Fist bump as well for you. I know, I feel you. I was like it last year with Liverpool. It was a tough season last year to get through from a Liverpool perspective. So, you know, am I happy United aren't doing well? Yeah. But do I understand the frustration from the fans? Of course I do. As football fans, I get it. Bet he's like 12 as well. I know, doesn't live in the fucking real world, Dylan. See, this is the thing. Unlike most of these plastic 2-bit clubs, you cannot get tickets for love nor money to get to Anfield. And I'm not going to pay any more fucking hostage prices. I'm not going to pay 400 or 500 quid to go watch a game of football like I've had to do many a time before. I just refuse flat out. If you can get tickets, if I can get tickets, great. I was supposed to go to a game last year before the lockdown against Villa. It was cancelled, couldn't go. Hopefully get into a game in January, but it is what it is. I don't have to explain myself to some little gobshite sitting at home that isn't, by the way, at the fucking game. Do you know what I mean? Thinks he can look down on the rest of us, and there he is in the comment section. You're not at the game, dickhead, no? Craig, would you ever be a commentator for Clash of the Creators because Mark's a player? Mate, I don't get shown any love by any of these type of things. Don't get invited along to any of these things. Don't get asked to comment on them. I just get snubbed by all the clicks, mate. You know, I'm just little old me over here doing my own thing, being ignored by all the big boys. So yeah, if they want to ask me to come over, happy to do it, but I can't say that the offer has been extended, because it hasn't. Nor was I offered to the first one. So I wish them all the best with it. It's a brilliant thing, and I think what they're doing is fantastic for a very, very, very good cause. Obviously, I would love to contribute as somebody who's a massive advocate for the importance of mental health. But you know, you can only do these things if you're invited, and yeah, like a lot of these things, I don't get invited to them, mate. Craig, I love you, but please stop reacting to the comments. Sometimes I need to, though. Sometimes I need to vent as well, my man. Now, I know what you're saying. I appreciate where you're coming from. But sometimes I like to vent as well. Craig, have you ever been to Bull Island? Yes, I have, actually. Long time ago, and I don't remember it, but I've certainly been there once. Ball headed down to Werner. Ooh, probably should have done better. Dropped the Timo Werner inside the penalty area, about 15 yards out. He had either side to go with. It was on his right foot. He tried to side foot it into the top corner, but blares it over the bar. And I think it would have been onside as well. Lukaku, I think, just held himself onside. So, you know, another opportunity goes a begging there for Chelsea, but we still await the opening goal here in this one. But it hasn't been a dull game. I've enjoyed it. Stephen Kenny in or out? Oh, definitely in. I mean, I like what he's trying to do. And I like the fact that he's bringing through younger players to get a chance in the system. And look, we won't qualify for the World Cup, but I think he certainly at least deserves to see out this qualifying campaign and then see how we're placed going into the European qualifiers, because there's a lot to like about what Stephen Kenny's trying to do. But, you know, I'd say just keep him, because I don't like the idea of bringing another manager and going back to hoofball. There are times when we need to understand that we're in transition. Wales were there before, Scotland were there before. And I don't see any harm in sticking with Stephen Kenny at the minute. Have I ever been to Germany? No, Kenny, I haven't actually been yet. Supposed to go once, but we had to cancel because one of the kids was sick. But no, never had the pleasure of being. How's my FPL doing? I was on 56 last I checked. I don't know if it's been updated or if I've got a few more points or whatever, but it was on 56. Oh, here's a great chance. Oh, I don't know how Chelsea haven't scored there. Werner unselfishly tried to lay it back across to Lukaku, but a trailing Watford leg got in the way and got a little touch in it to stop what looked like a certain opening goal for Chelsea. So 38 minutes on the clock, still Brentford 0, Chelsea 0. Craig, I can get tickets for Cardiff City, loads available. Fancy it's a Jason Goldworthy. Not particularly, if I'm being honest with you, Jason. If I am going back over for a game of football, I would ideally like to be another Liverpool game, to be fair, mate. It's been a while. Been over to a couple of boxing events over the last month, but yeah, hopefully get over to a game after Christmas. I'm hoping one of my mates from Shankill can sort us out some tickets to a game after Christmas, so fingers crossed. No, my luck though, it'll be the game when I'm away on holidays with my missus in Lanzarote. No, my luck. Did I say Watford, Matthew? Sorry, man. My head's all over the shop. Of course, meant Brentford. Did I say Watford? If I did, my apologies. Probably a Watford on the brain, and after the spanking we gave them earlier on. Craig, do I think us signing Balotelli was one of the most... Sorry, just the corner coming in here. Untreated comical transfers ever. Now that I look back, I can only laugh thinking what an egotistical player like that would work with us. Particularly when the gaffer came out, Jim, and said very clearly, Brendan Rodgers said, we won't be signing Mario Balotelli. And then we signed Mario Balotelli. So, yeah, it was... it's not great when you're looking to replace Luis Suarez with Mario Balotelli and Ricky Lambert. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't fill you full of confidence. Chelsea again on the attack, looking for Romelu Lukaku. It's overhit though, and it goes out for a Brentford throw-in. 5 minutes to go in the first half, still awaiting the opening goal. Who do I think Newcastle will buy first? Coutinho might be a show. I know his representatives were apparently in contact with Newcastle when the takeover was close to going through, so let's wait and see. Salah's irreplaceable. I absolutely agree with you, my friend. Hopefully the rumours of Liverpool being close to a £380,000 a week agreement with Salah, hopefully there's some truth to that, because I don't know a single Liverpool fan anywhere in the world that doesn't want Mohamed Salah's contract extended. Have I ever played Football Manager? Not in a long time, Shane, no. I mean, when I was younger, yes, but God, it's been many, many, many years. Chalobah plays it out right hand side now to Azpilicueta. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Score might be 0-0, but I would say it was far from a dull game. Thoughts on James Rodriguez's career? Didn't really live up to what I thought when he burst onto the scene. Yeah, I thought we were going to get a bit more from him. God, Nuri Sahin, there's a blast from the past. Kieran. Game's been alright, Quinch. It's been attritional, is probably the word I'd use to describe the game so far. All good, Keen, my man. All good. And look, ladies and gents, if you are new, welcome. Great to have you here. I hope you're enjoying the watch along. Please do hit the subscribe button if you aren't. Don't forget you can download the Ultimate Fan app with the link in the description and be in with your chance of winning a share of £300,000, which is the combined prize pool. Each week they give away up to 8.5 grand. Basically, it's fantasy football that incorporates FIFA pack openings into the experience. You get a free 10-card pack when you sign up, and then every Tuesday of the 38 Premier League game weeks, you will receive an additional 3-player pack. You can also buy gold and silver packs. You don't have to, but it is capped at a maximum spend of £5 a month. It's open to all people age 18 plus in the UK and Ireland, and again, the link is in the description. Did I want Daka at Liverpool? Yes, I did, Aaron. For the price point especially, I thought it made a lot of sense. And I think Leicester have got themselves a very good player. Corner here to Brentford anyway. 2 minutes left. Anthony Taylor's just coming in having a little word with Ivan Toney. He's having a little bit of a battle there with Azpilicueta. Cross comes in. Too close to Mendy. Easy enough for the Chelsea keeper. Again, whatever you guys want to talk about at half-time, get your thoughts ready, because we can talk about whatever you guys want. .1 minute of normal time left. I'm not sure. There will be a little bit of added on time because there was an injury to a Brentford player earlier on in the game, so I would imagine there'll be a few minutes added on. Chelsea, though, have it. Good break here, and N'Golo Kante plays it out right hand side to Lukaku. Brentford get bodies back. Still Lukaku. Tries to square it across left hand side for Werner, but he's forced him very wide. Back to Ben Chilwell. Chilwell to Kovacic. Back to Werner, who's wide left now. Cross in from Werner. Good bit of defending at the back post there by Brentford. Chalobah now has it wide right for Chelsea. Kante. Loftus-Cheek. Azpilicueta to N'Golo Kante. Azpilicueta floats one in. Drops to Chilwell. 1-0. 1-0, Ben Chilwell with the goal, and it was a lovely finish from the edge of the box. It was a cross in. Brentford thought they dealt with the trouble, but it ricocheted on the edge of the box to Ben Chilwell, who puts his left boot through it and sticks it in top bins. Absolutely no chance for Ray in the Brentford goal. And right on the cusp of half-time, Chelsea take the lead. A very good goal, very good strike from Ben Chilwell. Just looking at it here, it was Kante with the cross in. Back to Azpilicueta. Lukaku's strike was blocked. It drops on the edge of the penalty area, just inside the 18-yard box to Ben Chilwell, and it's a good finish from Chilwell, to be fair. Good control, keeps his knee over the top of the ball, bang, slices it into the goal. Solid goal that, 1-0 to Chelsea. What have we got added on time here at the end of the first half? Good strike that from Ben Chilwell. Nothing the keeper could do about it. And it looks like Thomas Tuchel's men will be going in at the break 1-0 up. Still have no idea what the added on time is, but 2 minutes added on. What's my favourite Liverpool goal scored by Salah? Either the Manchester City one or the one against Spurs. Very similar. Obviously he scored one today that was similar, but I think either of those two, because of the moments in the game when he scored them. Or the goal against Manchester City, actually. The one where he lobbed Ederson from a good way out. Sorry, I'm just watching this attack from Chelsea develop. Werner uses his pace, goes round the outside there. Cross in, that'll be easy enough for Brentford to deal with. Werner's unhappy with a challenge on him, but I didn't see anything in it, to be honest. Ball over the top from Brentford there in the penalty area now, left side. Cross in. It's a little bit behind Ivan Toney. Canos. I think the referee's given a free kick there for a foul on Ivan Toney. Chance for Brentford to get a cross into the box here just before the ref brings the first half to a close. I'd say Chelsea's first half performance probably just about deserves their 1-0 lead, in fairness. They have been decided more on the front foot in the first half, although it was Brentford that hit the post. This probably will be the last action of the first half. Cross in. Toney gets a flick on it. Comes back off a Chelsea head. Goes for a corner, but the referee blows up for the end of the first half. And it is Ben Chilwell's strike that gives Thomas Tuchel's men the lead. And it is Brentford 0, Chelsea 1 at half time. Let me just stop the clock. What's the most iconic goal I've ever seen be scored? Live, depends which way you look at it, because I was in Istanbul, so, you know, if you want to call Xavi Alonso's one iconic or Gerrard's header iconic, I suppose one of them, but I was also there when Suarez scored all those goals against Norwich, and some of them were beyond ridiculous. Am I streaming the fight tonight? God no, Christopher. This will be me done for the day, mate. After I do this, it's about 5 hours worth of content today. Then, so yeah, definitely done. Craig, correct. The sun is disliked as much as MAGA, where my brother lives across the pond. Proper order as well, Robert. Proper order. Yeah, that Kaká pass for the Crespo goal was heartbreaking stuff, Rajaz, because if my memory's right, Carragher threw a leg out and it tried to stretch, just couldn't get there, but it was that AC Milan team in 2005 was just a who's who of superstars. Would I take Coutinho back? Absolutely not. He's finished, as far as I'm concerned. He's coming back from a serious knee injury. He's getting a little bit of game time at Barca, but nah, not for me. I would like to go back. You know, I appreciate it when he was at Liverpool, but I think there's better value, better players to be had out there. Gerrard's goal against Olympiacos was an absolute belter, Mark. I was just trying to answer from a game I was actually at. But yeah, that goal against Olympiacos was delicious. Yes, Joanne, they will want the living room back. You're spot on. Matthew said, would you ever consider getting Paddy to join Cop the Week? No, because that's Steve's gig. It's myself, Steve, and James Redmond for that one. Paddy is on the channel, as you've seen, but that show, that's me, Steve, and James, and I like the balance of it. Brentford played well today, said Rushlad. I think Thomas Frank's a very good manager. So do I. I think he's an excellent manager. I have a feeling if Liverpool beat United next week, Ollie is going to be out, said Barry. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know how much pressure he is under because, like, I get where you're coming from, and in theory, yeah, he should be under a lot of pressure, but he seems to have the support of the board. At least that's what they've said publicly. I've no idea who he is, Connor. No idea who he is, mate. I don't mean that to be disrespectful. I don't watch an awful lot of YouTube stuff, dude, so I've no idea who he is. Irish James said his favourite Salah goal was the one against Porto in 18-19 in the Champions League at Anfield. We do love a goal against Porto, don't we? Sadio loves a goal against Porto as well, especially away from home. I'm still buzzing about that game earlier on. How many times did Cara go down with cramp in Istanbul? I don't know, Mark, but he kept getting back up. And that's the most important thing, isn't it? I don't know how he finished that game, mate. I don't. Oh, you meant Napoli, James. The goal against Napoli. That was a very good goal. That Napoli game, though, for me is always going to be remembered for Alisson's save. Who do I think will win the Ballon d'Or? I feel Lewandowski's owed a Ballon d'Or because he was robbed of it, but if you had to give it to a Chelsea player, they did win the Champions League. I know Jorginho won the Euros as well with Italy, but for me, I'd give it to N'Golo Kante ahead of Jorginho personally. I'm not sure the craft machine when exactly Harvey's supposed to be back. He's doing little bits now on the exercise bike and stuff, but all the club have said publicly is that they expect him to be back playing before the end of the season. Other than that, mate, I'll be just guessing. Walter said Chelsea have a fairly easy schedule up until mid-November. It's key that we don't drop points in our next few games. Otherwise, going to be able to make a gap between us and them. Yeah, we've got obviously on paper a difficult game against United away next week. And look, if we can get a win at Old Trafford, I think that'll just, again, increase confidence throughout the squad. A squad that are in a very good vein of form at the minute. Dylan reckons Messi will get it. I mean, I don't know how they could find a way to give it to Messi, to be fair. I know that they do try their best, and I'm a huge Leo Messi fan, but I mean, I know we won the Copa America with Argentina, and I was delighted for him that he finally won an international trophy with his country, but I mean, Barcelona were pants last year. Jonathan wants Kante to win it. I think the entire world wouldn't mind Kante winning it, Jonathan. He's a very easy man to like, both from a footballing perspective and as a fella. He just seems like one of life's good guys in N'Golo Kante. And an absolutely outstanding footballer. Christopher said LFC to win the league. Fingers crossed, my man. Fingers crossed. The Reds have got no money, but we'll still win the league. Na 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 na. Again, just seeing the replay here of Brentford hitting the post. I mean, they're not out of this game. Again, a bit of a cliche, but the next goal is going to be important. Ben Chilwell scored the goal for Chelsea. It was a fine strike as well. Yes, Stanley. Be doing that, recording that preview with Goldbridge on Thursday, and it should be up on Anfield Agenda on Friday. Will Thiago be back for Atletico away? I don't know, Scotty, but what I would say is I would rest him. I would leave him for the United game personally. I'd rather, not rush him back and try and get him fit for the game against United, because I think he could be important in that game. Whereas I think we could probably, even a point at the Wanda Metropolitano on Tuesday wouldn't be the end of the world, mate. We've got off to a good start in that group. Shane reckons Ollie be gone after we beat United 4-0 next Sunday. His words, not mine, by the way. I'm the same, Jason. I can't wait for Tuesday, mate. And then I can't wait for the game against United as well. And then we've a League Cup game after that. I'm delighted the games are coming thick and fast. Brentford are doing alright, McCorley. It's been a fairly competitive game. I think Chelsea probably just about deserving the 1-0 lead. I need a drink. My voice is starting to wear down now. If you can't wait to play us after today, I know, Shane, it wasn't a great performance, mate, was it? Let's be honest about it. From United today, they looked like they hadn't got a clue. And again, not trying to take cheap shots, just giving an honest assessment. They look like a team full of good players without a game plan. Am I confident for the United game? You're never really I'm never really overly confident when we play United, mate, because sometimes form goes out the window. But we're going into the game in good form, so yes, I'm relatively confident. But again, it's a trip to Old Trafford. It's never going to be straightforward. Stanley reckons if they didn't have De Gea, he reckons Ollie be out of a job. You'll sleep better after today. Oh, absolutely, Joanne. I didn't get any sleep last night. I think I was just too excited about the game, to be honest with you. So yeah, I definitely will get some sleep tonight after the boxing, of course. What have we got? Castigator OP said, the way we've started the Champions League, I think it's ours. That's my number one priority every season. I know most Liverpool fans would probably want us to draw level with United on 20 Premier Leagues, or 20 league titles, I should say. But for me, I'm all about the European Cup. And yeah, I take the European Cup. Yeah, Liverpool Atleti on Tuesday, mate, over in Madrid. Fabinho and Alisson are already over there. They flew straight over from the Brazil game. One footballer, Surfshark. I don't understand what the question is, Jared. Scotty, there's a card on up in Newcastle tonight in the boxing, mate. So Chris Eubank Jr. is fighting Savannah Marshall. Is she on the card tonight? I can't remember who else is on the card up in Newcastle. Oh, Hughie Fury's on the card as well. Yes, Hughie Fury's fighting Hammer from Germany, I think, if my memory's right. I just joined, by the way. We've got a perfect revenge on Watford today, and I'm buzzing. I'm with you, man. I'm buzzing as well. And look, I'd love a revenge job number 2 on Tuesday against Atleti. Barry said, just seen Salah's goal today. What impressed me more was his assist for Mane. What a ball. Apart from the ball, mate, the way he rolled Danny Rose and just completely left him for dead was sublime. And as you said, the pass was brilliant as well. Would I play Canade midweek? I can see the sense behind it, yeah. You could almost say play Canade and Joe Gomez. I don't want to say it's a free hit against Atleti on Tuesday, but I think with the 2 wins early doors in the Champions League, we've given ourselves a bit of a room to maybe roll the dice a bit and rest Van Dijk and Matip ahead of the United game. So, I suppose that's why we have those calibre centre backs at the club. So yeah, why not? Again, just before we get underway in the second half, don't forget, if you haven't downloaded Ultimate Fan yet, you can do so with the link Mark put in the live chat there, or the link in the description of the stream right now. You can get your chance of winning either $8,500 each week, or your share of a combined £300,000 prize pool to be won over the course of the season. Think of Ultimate Fan as free FPL that incorporates FIFA pack openings into it. You'll get a free 10 card pack to start you out, and you'll also receive a free 3 card pack every Tuesday of the 38 Premier League game weeks. On top of that, you can buy gold and silver packs to top up if you wish. You don't have to. They're capped at a maximum spend of £5 a month, and you do have to be age 18 plus and to live in the UK or Ireland to be able to download and play the app. I play it, it's really fun, and I'm adamant I'm going to get in the money on one of the weeks. I was really close on my second week, and yeah, I'm adamant I'm going to get into the money on that before the season's over. So let me know if you've downloaded the app, if you play it, what you think about it. Matthew reckons that we might go unbeaten up until Christmas. Again, just as was pointed out in the chat earlier on, you know, it's just about making sure that we are there or thereabouts after Christmas in the title race, because we don't want to let anybody get a buffer on us or take a few points lead on us. So, you know, ideally Brentford would equalise here and take a couple of points off Chelsea, but it looks like Chelsea would probably grind out the win. Oh, you got to start FIFA career mode. Not sure, Stanley. I probably will do some FIFA gaming, just not sure exactly which form that will take. Right, Craig. Baffled by Klopp's team selections in the Chelsea game. Nico Williams played well today, yet Klopp didn't pick him for the last 2 games. Why? I can't say, mate. I know he was coming back from an injury himself, Nico Williams, but he was on the bench, so... and I agree with you. I thought he did play well today when he came on. His assist for Bobby's hat-trick goal was sensational. So, you know, the more headaches the manager has with that regard, the better. You know, we want people challenging for every position around the pitch. You know, it's great that we have a good competitor for Andy Robertson now, and Costa Simicas on the left-hand side as well. And hopefully we can get somebody through to push Trent a little bit on the right-hand side. Are you doing a Newcastle Spurs watch along tomorrow? No, I'm just going to do a normal stream tomorrow night, mate, at 8:45. Angus, how are you, my man? Angus Core, thank you for the super chat, dude. Said, Salah is the best player in the world. Fact. Right now, on form, mate, I don't think there's many could really disagree with you. On form, as Kloppo said as well, there aren't really many in the world better than Mo at this moment in time. I'm not saying he's the best player in the world. I'm talking about just on form. Anyway, we're on the way in the second half here. Brentford launched the ball long looking for Ivan Toney, and Chelsea managed to clear it away. Again, Brentford looking to get off to a quick start and impose themselves physically. Ruben Loftus-Cheek has won it back. He gives it to Chalobah. Azpilicueta back into Ruben Loftus-Cheek. N'Golo Kante now. Kante squares the ball across to Kovacic. To Werner. Back to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Chilwell. Thoughts on Bobby's hat-trick? Absolutely delighted for him, mate. And, you know, he often gets... People say he's not a natural goal scorer. Well, his goal scoring instincts were there today, and he was in the right place 3 times. And that, to me, was a proper centre-forward's hat-trick. Would you class Azpilicueta as underrated? I would class him as a very, 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 very good footballer. So, I suppose I can't really say what other people think of him, but to me, he's been an absolutely amazing acquisition for Chelsea and the service he's given them. If you go unbeaten, what will be your thoughts? That we'll win the league, and that's you know, I say it before, I'll say it again. I still think whether you go unbeaten or not, that Manchester City team that put up 100 points, that to me is the record that needs to be matched. I think if we had beaten that, I would have put us down as the greatest one season team in the history of the Premier League. So, you know, I know the Invincibles was great and all, but I still think the 100 points tally, you know, that hasn't been equalled. So, yeah, be nice to do that someday. I'm still frustrated we didn't do it when we won the league that season. Werner out, wins Chelsea a corner. Do I think we can break the record of 100 points this season? No, I don't. I don't think anybody will break 95 points this season. I think even maybe I think the high 80s, low 90s might win the league. Chilwell with the corner here. In swinger, headed away by Ivan Toney, drops it. Kante, and the least said about Kovacic's attempt there, the better. Let's just say it went high and wide. Still absolutely buzzing after that performance. Can't wait for match of the day later on. I'm really good, Yasir. I hope you are as well. Nice to see you in, dude. Hope you're well. Chilwell. Back to Sarr. Christensen switches it across to Chalobah. It's not a great pass, but Chalobah manages to keep it in play. Goes back to Mendy. Mendy clears it. Brentford have it now in the centre of the park. Can they find a way back into the game, folks? What are you saying? Kante, ball goes out. It'll be a Chelsea throw-in. Can I kiss your head? Sure, why not, James? I did see Erling Haaland's 3-ball thing and Dortmund training during the week, and if it was real, which there's no reason to believe it isn't, then it was mighty impressive, mate. Lukaku tried to square it across there for Werner, but Brentford got bodies back and managed to clear their lines. Ball goes out wide left-hand side for a Chelsea throw-in. Thoughts on Ranieri? Yeah, he looked very well. I mean, for a man of 69, he looks absolutely mint. I mean, I like Claudio Ranieri, but he's got a big job at his hands there with Watford at the minute. They look a mess. Azpilicueta. Kante. Back to Chalobah. Christensen. Switches it across now to Sarr. Sarr goes looking for the diagonal ball, but out comes Raya with commanding his area there. Fairly straightforward, but had to come out and gather it and did. Whew. I mean, that's some confident playing out the back there from Brentford. I mean, God. That was brave. Chalobah, back to Mendy. Thoughts on Callum Robinson? 5 goals in 2 international games, mate, and probably should have had 2 hat-tricks, one in each of the game. Yeah, I mean, I was delighted to see him get a hat-trick for Ireland during the week. Lukaku now. He spreads it out right-hand side to Azpilicueta. Werner. Pulls it back. Chilwell. To Kante. Chalobah. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Again, Chelsea do well, working out right hand side to Azpilicueta. Ball in, Brentford clear it. Toney now. He gives the ball away though, and Chelsea have it back with Christensen. Goes out left looking for Chilwell. He can't control it. It'll be a Brentford throw-in. How are we, RO lad? Nice to see you in, my man. Hope you're well. Thoughts on Lukaku's goal, Drew? I don't really have many thoughts on it, Tom, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously I'd like it to continue. The fact that he's not a Liverpool player, but he's a much improved player, Lukaku, from the one that left Manchester United. Good bit of defending that from Sarr under pressure, does well, gives it back to his keeper. Again, Chelsea doing well. Werner's been fell, but referee plays an advantage. Chelsea in possession. Overhit pass, though. You can see what he was trying to do there. He's trying to give Chilwell the ball to run onto, but slightly overhit, and it goes through to Raya, who rolls it out from the back as Brentford look to start an attack. You've lost 10 kilo in 1.5 months. That is class, man. Well done, Leo. Congratulations, dude. I hope to follow your lead, mate, and drop some weight myself. I really need to, but well done, man. That's class. Delighted for you. Keep going. Do I think Barca should sack Koeman? Look, he's going to be a scapegoat, isn't he, for the absolute shambles that's unfolded at Barcelona. So, you know, he will be sacrificed, no doubt about it. But is it really his fault what's going on there at the club? No. Can you see Brentford scoring, or is it comfortable for Chelsea? They look fairly comfortable at the start of the second half. They've certainly been dictating the tempo of the game, but while there's only one goal in it, you know, you can never write anybody off in the Premier League. Chris, thanks for reading and giving acknowledgement to comments, even the ones that aren't super chats. It's really appreciated. You're awesome. It's my pleasure, mate. I mean, people take the time to watch and comment, mate. I try to interact as much as I can because I appreciate people taking the time out of their day to come in and watch and interact with me. So, yeah. Much appreciated, Chris. Thank you for your kind super chat as well. I won't lie to you, my voice is really straining now. It's amazing what 5 hours of talking will do to your throat. Are Chelsea sitting back? No, they're I'd say probing is probably the right word. Ben Chilwell, Matt, with the goal. It was a very good strike as well. Good left-footed strike right into the top corner. Nothing the keeper could do about it. How was Spain? Very relaxing, which was exactly what we'd hoped for. You know, we just wanted to go over. We didn't go anywhere. We just stayed at the house for the week and just relaxed. It was lovely. Thank you, mate. It was really nice. Barcelona can't even afford to sack Koeman. That's to an extent true as well. What is it? I don't know the exact figure that it's going to cost to sack him, but I know, as you said, it's an amount they probably haven't got at the minute. Tony now does well. Chelsea got bodies backed up to snuff out that attack. Chalobah. Sarr back to Mendy. He puts his boot through it, launches it long upfield. Brentford have it back though. They work it out left hand side. Good strength again from Tony. I mean, I don't know how Anthony Taylor didn't give a free kick to Ivan Toney there about 10 seconds ago, but eventually he gives one, and it should have been about 10. I agree with Ivan Toney. He should have had one about 10 yards up the pitch. I've no idea, the Craft Machine, what's going on about Ric Flair, mate. I haven't got a clue. As you said, I don't really watch wrestling anymore. But I've no idea what these what it is. I mean, I'll look into it, of course, mate, but I don't know off the top of my head what it is you're talking about. Right, let's see if Brentford can work something from this free kick. Chelsea holding a very high line here. About 10 yards ahead of their 18-yard box. Brentford again, try to get an overload at the far post, and it'll go out for a Brentford corner. Darren said, "Hey Craig, great win today. Absolutely buzzing." I'm with you, Darren. Yeah, I'm going around all day with a smile on my face, mate. Who do I see winning the league? I think it's between the three clubs we thought at the start. Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City. I think it'll be one of those three. I will look into that, the Craft Machine, and thank you for the heads up, dude. Ball in. Out to Brentford. Oh, why did he have his shot? Again, they tried to square it across. Why did he just pull the trigger and have a strike? Well defended by Chelsea, but I don't understand why he didn't have a crack at that when it dropped to him in the penalty area. Are United out of the title race, or is it an overreaction? I would say they're out of it, mate, because they just don't look like they have a Scooby Doo at the minute. To be honest with you, if you look at their squad, you would say they should be doing an awful lot better. And I still think they're probably favourites to get a Champions League place. But on today's performance, and I think they've been lucky to get a few of the results they have. I mean, I think some moments of individual brilliance have masked some of the deficiencies that they've had in their performances. So, yeah, I really don't see them challenging for the title this season. We are heading towards the hour mark here. It's still Chelsea with a 1-goal lead. That goal came via Ben Chilwell. Come on, Brentford. Come on, lads. Get an equaliser. Make it a really perfect Saturday. United getting beaten, Liverpool whooping Watford. Chelsea dropping points would be the icing on the cake. Verstappen or Hamilton? I don't really watch F1, dude. My son would give you the answer of Lewis Hamilton, but I don't watch it, mate. Anthony Taylor shown yet again he's a fucking inept excuse of an official. Like many in the Premier League, again another free kick Ivan Toney should have had but didn't get. Actually thought John Moss did a decent job today. It was fairly handy in all honesty, but didn't really do anything wrong. Loftus-Cheek, again, good strong run from him. And Anthony Taylor blows up and gives the free kick to Chelsea. Again, fucking blatant foul on Ivan Toney. Seen the replay there. Chalobah grabbed his arm, dragged him down, and Anthony Taylor, absolute fucking joke of an official. Honest, I'm sick of Premier League referees being horrendous. A referee, 2 linesmen, a 4th official, and a VAR. Well, obviously the VAR couldn't get involved in that, but the linesman should have given them a shout there because that was clear as day that Ivan Toney was dragged back. We are at the hour mark now, and it's still Chelsea with that 1-0 lead. Very good goal as well from Ben Chilwell. Luca said, let's be honest, Brentford have surprised us. I said it when they came up, Luca. I watched enough of Brentford last year, although I say that, and I'll be the first one to admit that I didn't see enough of Ivan Toney, which sounds, I know, like a hypocritical statement, but I knew that Brentford would be coming up and that they'd be a handful, mate, because they're a club that have ambitions to stay in the Premier League. They don't want to be a yo-yo club, but yeah, I didn't quite think they would be this good. Everybody got a little bit of a warning sign in the opening day when they beat Arsenal, and they were very impressive against us as well in that 3-3 draw. But it's just a sheer work rate. They really do run their socks off for their manager. Good bit of work there by Kovacic. But Brentford get bodies back, and it's back with Raya. Do I think Chelsea play boring football? Not boring, no. I think boring would be very unfair to Thomas Tuchel's system. I think they play a very well thought out game plan. A very rigid system to some extent, which allows for overlaps with the wing backs, but I would think it'd be very unfair of them to say boring. It's an effective system, and one that, you know, has proved difficult to break down at times as well. If I had to take somebody from this Brentford team, who would you take? I'd have to say Ivan Toney at this moment in time. It looks like Mason Mount is getting ready to come on for Chelsea. He's just stretching now. And Brentford getting ready to make a change as well by the looks of it. There's a lot to like about the way Brentford go about their work, though. I mean, I think any neutral football fan will always enjoy a team that puts in a good shift like this. Another free kick there to Chelsea. Mendy out to Chalobah. Ball up to Werner. Kovacic tries the ball in behind. Well defended by Brentford. Werner's won it back though for Chelsea. Chilwell. Ball in looking for Lukaku. Little bit over hit, and Brentford managed to hook it away. Again, good centre forward play by Ivan Toney. Holding the ball up, winning the free kick, giving his teammates a chance to get out as well and relieve a little bit of pressure from the defence. Here comes the change from Thomas Tuchel now. Mason Mount getting ready to come on. And he's going to replace the man who was booked earlier on, Mateo Kovacic. Who's on the boxing, Steve said. We have Savannah Marshall, she's fighting, defending a world title. Then we have Hughie Fury, he's fighting. Chris Eubank Jr. is fighting as well. And yeah, as soon as this game's over, I'll be switching over and watching the boxing and chilling for the evening. I have not heard Adele's new song, Jamie. Embarrassed to say if she has one out, I haven't heard it, but I do like Adele. She's got a wonderful voice. "25 minutes to go. Still just a one goal in it. Good interception that from Chilwell as he goes on a bit of a burst down the left hand side. Gives it to Lukaku. Crossing. Surely that was offside though. Eventually the flag goes up. Don't know what they needed to delay it for. It was clear Lukaku was offside. Just a passing interest in the UFC, Jim. I'm a much bigger boxing fan, mate. I'd be a casual UFC fan at best. Here comes the Brentford change now. Ivan Toney coming off? No, it's not. Excuse me, my apologies. I thought it was Toney. It's not. It's what have we got? Forces on for Onyeka. I feel like the game has another goal in it. It's just a matter of which way it might go. Christensen now for Chelsea. Again, trying to get Lukaku in behind, but Brentford defend it well. Second ball breaks to Chilwell. He looks for Mason Mount. Good defending again by Brentford, but it looks like it'll be coming straight back at them. Sarr now for Chelsea. To Christensen. To Loftus-Cheek. Back out to Sarr. Come on, Brentford. Grab an equaliser, lads. Come on. Finish off the perfect Saturday. Don't forget, folks, if you haven't subscribed, please do take a second, hit that subscribe button as well. See if we can move on to 25,500. Ball in behind. Brentford left-hand side now. Ball pulled back. Oh, what are you doing, Tony? Why didn't he pull the trigger? Try and backheels in the penalty area. Why didn't you put your laces through it, mate? I don't understand why he didn't take the strike on here. He knows he made the wrong decision there as well. Got himself into a good position. Hit it. I don't know why he didn't hit it. They have stepped it up. In fairness, Brentford, they are starting to ask a few more questions of Chelsea, but you wonder, will they leave themselves exposed here as they go to try and stretch the game and get themselves an equaliser? Chilwell. Back to Sarr. Loftus-Cheek. Christensen. Chalobah. Gives it to Azpilicueta. He's dispossessed. Again, good work by Brentford to win the ball back. Good goalkeeping that by Mendy. Very composed. Works it out left hand side to Ben Chilwell. Mason Mount now. Werner. Loftus-Cheek. N'Golo Kante. Chelsea moving the ball around well. Mount now to Kante. Flick inside to Werner. And he misses. And then it falls to Romelu Lukaku from 8 yards out. And he shits the bed and blasts it over the bar. And his way for another goal continues. That was a very good chance for Chelsea to kill off this game, and it would have been a very fine goal as well. They worked the ball really well. Kante, maybe, was Werner going to be offside there? Lukaku could have been offside as well. Couple of shouts were offside in there, but either way, the ball blazed over the bar, and it still remains 1-0. No, didn't get the bet sorted, Ben. He wouldn't take me up on that offer. I do have a 500 quid bet on McGoldbridge though. I have a 500 quid charity bet on McGoldbridge that Liverpool finish above United. And if either of the teams win the league, there's a bonus 250 in there. So I lost a 500 quid bet to a United fan last year when I paid up. I donated it to an autism charity that Andy picked out, and happy to do so. So yeah, hopefully I have to make Goldbridge cough up £500 this year to a charity of my choice. If you are going to lose a bet though, it's best to lose it for charity, isn't it? You know, you don't mind giving over money to a charity. Someone said Goldbridge might as well give you the 500 now. What did I lose? £500, mate. £500 to a United fan. And again, look, I paid up. I lost, no problem. Paid the bet. And it went to a very good autism charity that Andy chose, and I was happy to do it. Thomas Frank deep in discussion here with one of his boys. Sergi Canos comes across. He goes off now. So I think Sergi Canos being replaced, is he? Yeah, Sergi Canos being replaced by Godus. Salman Godus comes on for him. The Save Ollie Fund. I don't think there's any amount of money, Steve, that could get that done. Ollie Disaster Class. I like that one, Ben. Well played. Looks like Brentford are winding up with a long throw in here We've got 18 minutes to go. Ball thrown into the penalty area. Oh! Good save by Mendy. They won the first header, Brentford. It was knocked down. Quick strike. And Mendy didn't have much time to get out and behind it, but he gets two strong hands on it. Ivan Toney struck it down into the ground, actually. But good goalkeeping there from Mendy. And he manages to claw it away. And it's still 1-0 Chelsea. Brentford knocking on the door, though. Oh, another one across. In fairness to Brentford, they really are pushing here to try and grab this equaliser. And they are starting to cause Chelsea a few problems. He's a very good keeper, Mendy, isn't he? He really is. Out there again. Look, sweeper keeper role this time. He is a fine goalkeeper, Mendy. Credit where it's due. Yeah, Rooksy, it was a great win today, alright. I think that's an understatement. 5-0, Bobby hat-trick, all the front three on the score sheet. It doesn't get much better than that. Come on, Brentford, grab us an equaliser, lads. Go on. Oh, they've hit the post! Oh, Chelsea blocked the follow-up. Oh, it's twice now they've hit the post, Brentford. They should have scored that one, though. Oh, they should have scored. Chelsea are starting to ride their luck a bit here. That should have been 1-1. Chelsea absolutely do make a lot of money, Mr. Khan, from selling young players. They have, yes, they've balanced their books with what they've done this summer, and you have to give them credit for that. "15 minutes to go in this one. Brentford really starting to ask a few questions now. Again, lovely ball in behind. Just not the right way to pass there. Starting to play with a bit more confidence now, Brentford. They're so easy to like, aren't they? There's a lot to admire about the way they play the game. Toney, that has to be a penalty. Oh, it's offside. Oh, you jammy bastards. Well, it's not jammy if it's offside, to be fair, but I thought that was going to be a penalty there to Brentford, but the offside flag is up against Ivan Toney. He's onside, though. He's onside. That should be a penalty. He's onside. That should be a penalty. He's onside. That should be a penalty. Fucking robbery again. See, now here's what pisses me off. If he'd have went on and scored that, it would have counted. That should have been a penalty. Brentford have been screwed out of a penalty there by bullshit offside flag. A fucking joke of a fucking refereeing system in England. Honest to God. That should have been a penalty. That is an absolute joke. So they can play fucking offside and bring back goals when goals are given, but they can't give a penalty when it was blatantly not offside. Fucking joke. Absolute joke. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Jammy bastards, I swear to God. It's a shambles. An absolute shambles. He's given Ivan Toney nothing today. Absolutely nothing, Anthony Taylor. He has fucked him over at every opportunity. Gave him no free kicks when he's been fouled. And there should have had a blatant penalty. But the linesman flags for offside. That's a joke. It's an absolute joke. That's ridiculous. That is just... honestly, what the fuck is the point of VAR? That's ridiculous. Again, more bullshit English refereeing. Fucking joke. They really got off the hook there, Chelsea. I am sick of inept Premier League refereeing. They're just shy, English referees. Absolute dog shit. Again, look, it's got nothing to do with Chelsea. Chelsea didn't make the decision. Chelsea played to the whistle. I have no issues with Chelsea here. The issue is with the referee. I mean, all Chelsea can do is play to the whistle. No problems there. But, again, linesman shit the bed. VAR did fuck all. Throw in. They're just not getting a rub of the green today, Brentford. Aspilicueta to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. There'll be nothing said about this. We'll somehow have to listen to Dermot Gallagher's fucking stupid smug face when he comes on Sky Sports to tell us why that was the right decision or why it shouldn't have been a penalty. Because heaven forbid he actually grew a pair of bollocks and said what we all know, which is that English referees are a fucking joke. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of hearing these gobshites week in and week out just being rolled out to tell us why the referees got it right when we all have our own two fucking eyes and we can see that he got it absolutely wrong. But no doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, Dermot Gallagher will be on Sky saying how great this decision was and how VAR didn't have the threshold to overrule it and all this bollocks that we all know is complete horseshit. Werner to Kante to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. In behind looking for Werner. Good goalkeeping that by Raya. Had to come out and command his area and did. We are in the last 9 minutes now, folks. Still Chelsea lead by that Ben Chilwell goal to 0. Anthony Taylor hasn't given Ivan Toney a sniff today. I've said it a few times. He's given him nothing. Do I think Bobby Second should have stood? No, I can understand. We spoke about this in our post-match show. That rule needs to be changed because nobody can tell us that Salah wasn't interfering in play. I mean, look, let's be honest about it. We're all grown-ass people here. If Salah wasn't there, Cathcart doesn't have to put his leg out and that ball doesn't end up coming out off the keeper into Bobby's path. So the rule is a farce, and I agree. I agree with anybody who thinks that goal shouldn't have stood. I don't like the rules the way that they are. You know, Chris is a referee. He explained it to us, but I still think it's wrong. I still think that there's nobody can tell me that Salah wasn't interfering with play there. Obviously, I'm delighted for Bobby, but I'm giving an honest opinion. the goal was onside by the letter of the law, but I think that law is incorrect. Because Salah was absolutely occupying the goalkeeper and the defender's mind. And if Salah wasn't there, there's no way Cathcart would have put his leg out there to try and stop that ball going through. So, for me, I can understand why people would look at that and say, it's ridiculous. It is. Much like Mbappe's one for France in the Nations League. So, I have sympathy. I don't like the rule. Oh! Oh! Off the line! My God, how have Brentford not scored? Again, great bit of goalkeeping by Mendy. You got to give the lad credit, he's top notch. How have Brentford not scored there yet again? Again, the ball works right to the far side. Again, good goalkeeping by Mendy, good defending by Chilwell. He has he's saved the points, it looks like, so far in this game, Mendy, for Chelsea. He's had another very good performance. He's a fine goalkeeper. And good defending by Chalobah back on the line as well. What do I think of the 60-minute game? No, not for me, mate. Again, Brentford, they keep piling it on, but again, Mendy does very well there. Comes out and gets a punch on the ball. But Brentford are not giving up on this one. Ball to the far post. Headed across. Oh! Drops. Strike! Blocked again! We've seen this resilient Chelsea defending on numerous occasions, and they are very good at digging in. But Brentford are they're not giving up on this one, and it's going to be an interesting last 5 minutes plus additional time. Again, a fine goalkeeping performance by Mendy. Again, more good defending by Chelsea. Thomas Frank applauds his lads, and rightly he should. They've really answered the call here in the second half, and how they haven't scored I do not know. Well, the fact that Anthony Taylor robbed them of a blatant penalty is one reason. And the fact that Mendy's had a very, very good game as well. Got to give credit there. Oh, another one that goes right across the penalty area. Another great save by Mendy. How have they not scored? He is like a one-man wall here, Mendy. What a keeper. What a performance. My God. Mendy is a machine today. How have Brentford not scored? Well, we know why, because Mendy's been absolutely phenomenal, but they're still pushing forward, Brentford. They love creating overloads, don't they? Ball across again. Well kept in. Another ball back in. Headed away. Sliced it up in the air. Nodded down. Another ball across, well defended by Chelsea. My God. It's a real backs to the wall last few minutes here. Nobody can say that Brentford certainly haven't had a go, and Reece James getting ready to come on now as Mendy's down. Another fine save. This is with his face this time. Mendy makes the save. What a performance it's been from the Chelsea keeper. I mean, Brentford will wonder how on earth they haven't scored in this game. This was an L bit of kill the clock tactics here. They love working overlaps, don't they? Rajaz, they really do. Brentford, they love overloading on one side. All right, 2 minutes plus additional time to go here. Mendy's still getting treatment, so you'd imagine. Chelsea taking the piss now over the substitute as well. I don't blame them. I'd be the same, trying to kill the clock. Aspilicueta's off for Reece James. Throw into Brentford anyway, far side. You'd imagine there'd be at least 3 or 4 minutes of additional time. It's mad how Anthony Taylor gives out free kicks here against Brentford for stuff that isn't half as bad as some of the shit that's happened to Ivan Toney in the game. He really is just shite, isn't he? Brentford have had 10 shots in the second half to Chelsea's 1. But that one man wall of Edouard Mendy, who's been absolutely fantastic today in goal for Chelsea, has so far been the difference. That and Ben Chilwell's goal. We are about to find out how much additional time will be added on. 4 minutes. 4 minutes added on. Will Chelsea hold on and get the 3 points? Or will Brentford get the goal that the performance deserves, in fairness? Mason Mount now. Ball back with Mendy. We've almost had 1 minute of the 4. It would be a very, very dramatic equaliser if Brentford were to get it at this point. They've really... Fair play to Brentford. Like, they've really made a game of this. And fair play to Mendy as well in the Chelsea goal. He's had an absolute worldie. Again, still Brentford get bodies forward. Another cross in. Another clearance from N'Golo Kante this time. It will be a Chelsea throw-in on the right-hand side. We've had 90 seconds of the 4 minutes. Mendy gets man of the match. No surprise there. He's been fantastic today. It's a Brentford throw in now, left hand side. We've had 2 minutes of the 4. Will Brentford be able to carve one more opportunity? It's back with Pinnock. Measured cross into the box. It's flicked on. Overhead! Oh my god, he's done it again, Mendy! This is ridiculous! It's time he's saving overhead kicks and everything. The man is a machine! What a goalkeeping performance this is. Overhead kick. He gets a touch on it. How have Brentford not scored? What a save though. What a save. Brentford's keeper and all's up here. Ball in. Headed away. Ball breaks. Brentford work it back out right hand side. Clip it back in. It's still up in the air. Strike. It's blocked by Loftus-Cheek. It'll go out on the far side for another Brentford throw in. Chelsea player down in the penalty area. Reece James is down. No doubt they will use up every second possible here. Right, proper order. If it was Liverpool, I'd want them to do the same thing. But let's be honest, there's nothing wrong with him here. What a goalkeeping performance this has been by Mendy, though. Sensational. Just you get the feeling it's just not Brentford's day today. I wonder how Anthony Taylor will be able to sleep tonight knowing that they fucked Brentford out of a very, very fair penalty they should have had. I wonder if he lose any sleep over this. Because let's be honest, that was a blatant penalty. But again, that's not down to Chelsea. Chelsea didn't make that decision. Chelsea have gone about their job and Mendy's had an absolutely outstanding game and goal. Again, the referee's still allowing this shambles to go on. Oh look, he's fine all of a sudden. It's almost as if there was nothing wrong with him. Throw into Brentford again. It's now at the discretion of Anthony Taylor. It's cleared away. Could be a Brentford throw in left hand side. Again, at the discretion of the referee. And he blows it up. Chelsea have got the points. An absolute top-notch goalkeeping performance by Mendy. Secures the 3 points for Chelsea. And look, it was a great performance for the Chelsea keeper, no denying it. You know, these are the type of performances that can be the difference between a league title or not a league title. But I tell you what, that was a fine goalkeeping performance by Mendy today. A good goal by Chilwell as well. And it finishes up. Chelsea 1, Brentford 0, or Brentford 0, Chelsea 1 I should say. And look, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I will be back soon. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. Take care.